serrated blade.
2, 1, debate.
Watch for Tornado's sheer dogged persistence here. Terrible immediately gets into grips with Edgehog. Classic wedge shape with the axe, Edgehog. That's incredible as well. Newcomers, big, bulky. An attack by Edgehog. Got the axe blade down there, the pneumatic weaponry. And at the moment is at the centre of most things. Edgehog trying to attack Tornado. Tornado pushing away there though against Incredible. And now taking on Edgehog. And will spin away very quickly, Tornado. The top speed is only 10 miles an hour, but it's very manoeuvrable in the hands of Andrew Marchant, the driver, the captain of the team. They're pushing against Terrible. Edgehog, meanwhile, getting to grips with Incredible. The meat in the sandwich. Tornado, you see, just comes in, little bash, then spins away again. Revs up for another attack. Incredible at the moment is taking some punishment and can't get out of that hole. A little bit of experience missing there in the Incredible team. They got themselves into a nasty position. Matilda slamming into Edgehog there at the top of your picture. That's the pit release button. Down it goes. You can see Incredible very close to the edge. Better driving, getting away. The ref bot in there, having a glance. That's the Terrible team we're watching. Again, it's a new machine, up to 12 miles an hour. The Tornado boys, very experienced. What's happened there to Edgehog? It's not impaled, but it's sort of grappled onto the arena sidewall. It's caught there, it's snagged. Terrible lifts the bull-like head, tries to get in underneath Incredible. Matilda in the action as well. If you drive into a CPZ, that's the corner patrol zone in Robot Wars. The house robots can do you. Incredible over the flame pit. A little bit of a roasting. Steaming, but nothing more. The ref bot going in and having a look at Edgehog, still stuck to the arena sidewall. Now Tornado and also Terrible trying to flick Incredible. The clock is counting down against the Edgehog boys, Stephen Edgerton and Chris Prest. Now Incredible being lifted up by Terrible. That's the end of Edgehog, they're out. They've got two robots survive into round 2 of this heat. Matilda comes revving in. Incredible. I think your hopes are in tatters because Dead Metal is in there with that venomous blade. And it looked to me as if Incredible were having problems there in control. We know the Edgehog boys are out. There is movement from Incredible, but not much. Look at the Matilda flywheel. Looks to me as if Tornado and Terrible will be the two to go through, but Terrible suddenly pitted. What a turn-up that is, because I thought Incredible were out, but they're just moving at the end, and Terrible have been pitted and beaten. Well, well, well. Tornado, meanwhile, trundled through safely and ominously.
3, 2, 1.
Here we have a hammer and the claws of Thor against the pushability of Tornado. See, it just persistently nudges, drives, pushes, comes again, Tornado. And I wonder if the Thor team, Jason Marston and Lee Cornish, have enough experience here. They certainly have the weaponry to be destructive, but Tornado already coming forward with another attack, nagging, worrying and bending and buckling. One of those pincers it seemed to be. Down comes the axe. Frightening when it thrusts down like that. You can see Andrew March and David Gamble and Brian Moss in that Tornado team. Andrew, an electroacoustic engineer. What? Thor with the hammer and the wigs and the horns and the bizarre team, let's face it, on Robot Wars, but we love those. And off comes one of the side panels of Thor, revealing there the gizmo underneath. The pit release has been activated. Out comes Growler. Did you see the speed there? Growler flew out of his kennel. 420 kilos of doggy power across the arena floor. One of the Thor pincers has been buckled right up there. The other one has been bent downwards. What were they made out of? They're made of that sort of aluminium foil you put round the chicken in the oven. They're about to be roasted, Thor. Growler's in on the attack. Sergeant Bash is in on the attack. But the Thor team, I think, is about to buckle. A team of Formula One and Liverpool football fans. Well, their road to Wembley, as it were, is about to end here. Last on the grid. Tornado very quick, so too Growler. Actually, they use the same sort of skid steer drive system, which makes them very nippy. And it makes Thor very vulnerable. In comes Sergeant Bash. They're just holding up. They don't want to go down in that pit. They want to prolong their Robot Wars experience, and why not? Sergeant Bash, the flamethrower out. A little bit too high, though, to score more than a scorching piece of damage on the exterior of Thor. But look how bent and bruised it is. The Tornado team have been as persistent as ever. What can you say? Has he got a picture of himself? Dear, oh dear. I don't know, perhaps it's weekend wear. Sergeant Bash in the CPZ with the Thor machine. Don't give him my address, will you, anyone? Sergeant Bash pushes Thor back again onto the centre of the arena. Tornado, a little push. Well, I'll tell you what, top marks for Thor for their competitiveness and their bravery. And that's a fairly resolute machine they've got out there as well. I'd love to see them back. The boys from Kingsthorpe near Northampton. Parts of their machine littering the arena floor. Out comes Growler. They get a cease call, and technically it goes to the judges.
2, 1, activate.
This is an intriguing heat final. Winners go through to the series semi-final of Robot Wars, the 6th Wars. Anarchy getting the axe down. They need to flip Tornado early and buy the arena sidewall to get the 98-kilo machine out completely. Anarchy, almost twice the weight. Not as manoeuvrable, we know that. And can the spike spear through that heavy-duty plastic armor? They flicked Tornado. It's invertible. Won't hurt them there. It needs to be closer to the arena sidewall for a flick to be effective. Again, you see, Tornado will simply turn, run away, and come on another attack. Oh, and have they exposed themselves there? Trying to flick again, they have! Tornado with a spike! Right in to the very machinery of Anarchy. And as they went to flick Tornado once too often, so they left themselves exposed. What damage has been caused now? There's little Teddy, the mascot of Amy Franklin. We've seen her mascots before in Robot Wars. I think it was a bunny last time around. Hasn't brought her even a rare bit of success. Anarchy with Tornado, centre of the arena. There's the spike again! There's the attempted attack by Anarchy, and once again Tornado driving in with the spike. Amy looks concerned, and why not? Tornado, I think, are the more aggressive and destructive of the two. And that's key should it go to the judges. And is that flipper still working? It is. Down it comes. But for me, Tornado has the measure now of Anarchy. You see they're the quicker across the arena floor. They can move away from any potential attack, clear the danger, and come again on an onslaught. And I think Mike Franklin will be the first to realise that. Andrew Marchant at the controls of Tornado. They'll be hoping to go all the way here. Reach the heat final of Series 4, through to the Series semi-final. They lost to Chaos 2 there. Anarchy under pressure from Dead Metal. Oh, Amy, she's sort of growing up with Robot Wars, isn't she? This is the 4th time she's been with her dad in the control booth. Tornado again, a side slam. Full of respect, though. And can't push Anarchy into the pit. Can't immobilise it, so it goes to the judges. Good enough, though, for me. Worry and concern, confidence and rumble. So Hypno-Disc with a spinning blade, Tornado with the push. The winner automatically through to round 2. The loser will have another chance. The 3 losers go into a melee to claim a second round place in this, the series' second semi-final. Hypno-Disc backs away, comes slamming forward onto Tornado with a slight bulldozer front blade. Tornado, interchangeable weaponry, don't forget. And Hypno-Disc is in trouble on the arena sidewall. It is so destructive, but it has that Achilles heel, Hypno-Disc. It can be pushed around, it can be bullied, and Tornado is doing all the bullying so far. One of the most persistent little dogged nuisances in that arena we have ever seen, Tornado. And Hypno-Disc is in massive trouble here. Tornado once again is whipping up a storm. Ramming and ramming and ramming again. Hypno-Disc tries to get away. Up to 10-mile-an-hour top speeds, both these machines evenly matched there. Hypno-Disc slightly the heavier. Away now, onto the side angle grinder, wants to stay out of trouble. I think Tornado was trying, yes indeed, and succeeding to release the pit. Down goes the pit and descending. Tornado tries a mighty shove on Hypno-Disc again. Brilliantly controlled Tornado. Andrew Martin, the captain, driving. David Campbell in control of the electronics. Brian Moss, the weaponry. Hypno-Disc under the controls of Dave Rose, a mechanical engineer who loves his astronomy. But the stars here are favouring Tornado. I would have thought, oh goodness me, they went too clear. Oh goodness me, they went too near that yawning gap twice. Tornado, almost then, causing its own downfall. Some battle this. You never can know with Tornado, with that unreliable drivetrain, when it's going to back up, but it's in underneath Hypno-Disc near the arena sidewall. Go on, shove it out. Hypno-Disc, stay on in there though, and go on, give it a slice, which we know is twice as nice on Robot Wars from that mighty spinning disc. There you can see the Tornado boys all of a sudden concerned they can't get this over and done with. As they thought, you've just seen there Ken Rose, a retired engineer, loves his classic casters. Ken, he won't be happy that the Hypno-Disc chassis is being sliced up by the angle grinders and bumped and bashed by Tornado, who comes in again. Cease is called, it goes to the judges. Well, what a dogged and determined battle that was.
2.
Pets was all,
1.
I like to think.
Activate.
And away we go. This for a place in the grand final. It's as simple as that. Axe against the push and shove of Tornado. Dominator 2 slams down that mighty axe. Tornado 2. Look at it though, already. What great pushing power that little 98 kilos machine seems to have. Little, it's lion-hearted. Tornado away once again. Reached the series semi-final of Robot Wars, the 4th Wars, and lost to Chaos 2. The pit release button is activated. Which of these machines has a short shelf life left in Robot Wars? Dominator 2 is on the end of a Tornado push. Matilda awaits. Dominator 2 is teaching. Oh, goodness me, I thought Tornado was going to go straight down the pit, but Dominator 2 ends up in there instead. Oh, dear. They look absolutely shattered, and why not? I thought here Tornado was going to go straight down. They landed right on the edge, and Dominator 2 drove themselves in. Fantastic stuff. The sparks flew. They bounced just on the right side of the pit, but Dominator 2 didn't.
3, 2, 1.
It was at this stage where Firestorm 4 crumbled in the last series, only to fight in the playoff and finish 3rd. Can they go one step further, Graham Bode? Hazel Heslop, they have their dreams. They also have Tornado dogged in pursuit already. And this is what Tornado is all about. It is a frightening little nagger, an irritant. It simply pursues and pursues, but the pursuer turns into the pursued there as the axe came down of shunt momentarily, and Firestorm gets in underneath Tornado's 2.5 centimetre ground clearance. A lot of chasing going on there. It's cat and mouse. Tornado activates the pit. Down it goes. Firestorm very close. They're concentrating so hard out there. Tornado gets in behind Firestorm. That could have been so telling because the pit was yawning open for a mighty push. Firestorm up over Tornado, and Tornado now can push and shove. Ill-advised by Graham Bone. Left itself open to the pushability factor of Tornado, which takes terrific damage there from Shunt. It's cleaved open a crevasse-like slice at the top there, you can see. Now Firestorm drives Tornado into a CPZ. Home of the House Robots, they're chasing each other's tails around there. Firestorm takes damage. What a battle this is. Very even. Firestorm away, head-to-head, Tornado up and over. Brilliance from Firestorm. Tornado, invertible, can run either way up over the top of Firestorm. This is terrific stuff. One of the best fights we've seen in Robot Wars: The Sick War. Firestorm gives chase, only for Tornado to turn and get in underneath again. Tornado wanted that to happen. Come into my pile, sent the spider to the fly. And Firestorm did just that. Tornado slams Firestorm against the arena wall. Back comes the number 3 seed to have another dig. Still that pit yawns open. Right at the top of your picture there, you see Firestorm. Right on the edge of Tornado. Tornado can push and shove. Almost there. Almost there. Both of them teetering on the edge of oblivion. Who's going to go down? Oh, Firestorm. Somehow got themselves out of trouble, but no longer. Yes. And Firestorm crash again, and it's Tornado through. Oh, once again, they'll have to play off for 3rd place. What a...
3, 2, 1.
What effect will the spinning blade at the front of Tornado have? Already on the attack, on Razor, and Razor! On the backward step, it seems! On the back foot, Razor, or are they? They've come and grappled Tornado's extended frame! That frame necessary to support that mighty horizontal spinning disc. Razor has stopped the disc. The disc starts flying again. Razor has that extra front claw bit to the beak to try and stop the spinning disc. But for me, Razor's extra weaponry seems to be bent and buckled. And is it flapping in the wind? It grapples with Tornado again. What a final! For Robot Wars: The Sick Wars. Intrigue, mystery, suspense. Razor trying to grab hold. Refbot, get out of there if I was you. Shunt involved as well. It's all going off in the arena, I can tell you. Tornado's blade has been silenced and stopped there, but it's pushing into Razor. Razor bows its beak forward, but it can't get to the very heart of Tornado because Tornado has protected itself with that framework. Look at this. Forget the Tornado spinning blade. We didn't see this happening. The framework has stopped Razor's attackability. Brilliance from the Tornado team. Can Razor respond? Do you know, I think that little hook thing on the edge of the beak is to try and get at Tornado and lift up the framework, but Razor aren't going to get a chance, are they? Because Tornado slams and bangs. In comes Tornado again. Is this the end of an era? Is this the end of the Razor reign as champions of the UK? They are being smashed into submission. They cannot get away from the arena sidewalls, and the red bot comes in, and all of a sudden, the clock takes on a lurid and awful hue if you are a fan of Razor. They cannot get themselves released. They are pegged in there, and Tornado, systematic in its pressure, in its desire, and in its drive. Finally, Razor is released. There, do you see the little hook? I think it was intended to get in underneath that framework, but Razor's game plan has not worked, and Tornado's has. Right from the start of the series, they boasted of the interchangeable weaponry. We've seen a pusher. We've seen the little spinning disc. We've seen a front brow, and now we've seen the mighty spinning blade. And Tornado is finally pushed back by Razor, but is it too little? Is it too late? What a final this is! What heart Razor has! The sparks of dead metal fly onto the wings of Razor. Can they lift themselves and yet turn this battle around? They're trying to claw Tornado, trying to gain some purchase, but Tornado with that four-wheel drive, again, driving them back into the CPZ, pushing them into Shunt's axe as it comes down. Razor and Ian Lewis know they've got a real fight now to retain their crown. Shunt lifted, Razor bashes down. They simply can't get at Tornado's machinery. They can't get at the exposed tyres with the beak. Vinny Blood looks concerned. Razor now trying to build up momentum for another attack. How can they get beyond that latticework frame? They can't get into the heart of the matter. They can't get into the eye of the storm that is Tornado. Razor trying to force its way back into the final. You heard the pit release button being activated. Finally, Razor has lifted Tornado. Can they take them to the arena sidewall and push them out? It must be their only hope this late on. Tornado's weight, a huge factor here. Oh, that they can't get them down the pit. Look at that, it's an anti-pit device as well. An APD, we have never seen one before. We've heard about them, we have never seen an APD until now. And there it is. It goes to the judges, what innovation and what drama. Certainly, Tornado think they've done enough. Or have they? Because I'm hearing that the Razor boys believe Tornado were suspended in the pit. All-Stars Championship gets underway then. The very, very best machines from the years of combat in this Robot Wars arena, like Tornado, Terahertz, which I think inadvertently has released the spinning disc. There it is, look, spinning away. Dan Tomkier, too strong to be thrown away by the centrifugal force. And now pinning Terahertz against the arena side wall. They can get their flipper to work, and they can! They can leave Terahertz teetering on the brink of oblivion! Terahertz there, right on the edge of the arena, crashing down. 97.7 kilos then of Terahertz machinery was left hanging in the balance. I think John Reed is stunned by that. Down comes his axe. Tornado has had a watching brief thus far, it seems to me. From this melee, 2 robots will go through to round 2. So the first to fall is out of the All-Stars. And look at Terahertz, surviving and now back on the attack on Tornado. There's the pit, you'll see it slowly descend. I think it was Dan Tomkier that scuttled across the arena to press the pit release button. Pit, 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 they cry. They're mean and merciless. They're worse than the robots. Dan Tomkier trying to get in underneath. Terahertz there. Can they control their machine? Away from danger, Tornado backing away. Dodge the attack of Sergeant Bash. Tornado again, looking for Terahertz. Dan Tomkier and Tornado have ganged up, it seems, on John Reed's machine. Much improved machine, I have to say. But at the moment, it's taking a lot of punishment, and out comes Shunt with the diamond-tipped axe coming down. Terahertz a bit of a piggyback, and taking punishment here from Shunt, look. Straight through that transparent armament, and Terahertz is being shunted backwards and forth. Sergeant Bash is in there. Tornado has been gripped by Bash in the CPZ, the corner patrol zone, bossed by the house robots. Terahertz is in all sorts of trouble. Tornado is as well. The first robot deemed immobilized by the judges in the pit, out of the arena, goes, it's terahertz, going, gone, they're out of the All-Stars. And Dan Tonkia and Tornado survive this fight. How much damage has Bash done to Tornado, though? For later on, I wonder. 3, 2, 1. Intriguing. Battle of the minds as well as the robots here. Bigger Brother did get in underneath that scooper at the front of Tornado. The other thing I'd say to the UK champions, what happens if Tornado is flipped? What use is that scooper then? In effect, it would leave a big ground clearance underneath what is now what you're seeing, the top edge. And Bigger Brother trying to get a side attack on and immediately opening itself up for an attack by Sakilolot. Tornado comes in, senses an advantage can be gained there, slamming against the angle grinder. Bigger Brother not necessarily worried about that weaponry on this side of the arena, but more from Sakilolot there, I think. Ian Watts to the controls, he's flipped Tornado. Now we'll see what they're made of. Because that front device, this is what I was telling you about. Look, it's now inverted. It's absolutely no good against a flipper right now. And Ian Watts is trying to drive home that advantage, and Tornado has pressed the pit release. They know they're in danger. They will now simply try the old heave-ho and try and push Bigger Brother down. They want someone to go down in the pits. Andrew March in the controls of Tornado now knows he has this one big tactic remaining. He has to push Bigger Brother. On the floor spinner there, very, very briefly. And Bigger Brother throughout has tried to get a side-on attack. Now full frontal. Something they'll lift Tornado up. You're talking 99 kilos there. Bigger Brother is the lighter machine here by 3 kilos. Tornado backs away. Goodness me, what a tussle this is. Tornado against the grinder. The only way that can damage is the grinder can get to the tyres. I don't think it can. You see there's that protective bar. Bigger Brother has done all the work for me, though. Little Ellie watches on, and Joe, Bigger Brother, very nearly pushed Tornado in. Tornado up on top, negating that flipper, but they're locked together, and Tornado are almost out. They're gone. The UK champions are out of the All-Stars, and Bigger Brother fought a very, very canny battle there.
2, 1.
Can Tornado hold on to the belt? Has used the interchangeable weaponry to bring in the scoop, obviously to flip terahertz out of the arena, but they need to survive that axe weaponry. It has great power and maneuverability, Tornado, and can push anything around all day. Look at that! Oh, terahertz are gone! They tried to redeem themselves in the end, but they're out! They can't get away from the pit, I'm afraid. You won't get out of there. You can chop all day, but you can't change your fate. Tornado, great early push, backing away, sizing up terahertz. Could terahertz move quickly enough? They've obviously decided no, gone for the pit release there. They've already weighed up terahertz, and they thrust them straight into the pit with terahertz's weapon, the axe still driving away. Bash and smash, but crash go their hopes.
Cease. 2, 1.
Tornado, fresh from victory in the 6th UK Wars over Razor in the domestic tussle, pushing Snakebite into a CPZ. That's a nice turn by Snakebite. Can get up to 13 miles an hour. Again, air-rated. Why the holes in the machine? To keep the weight down, to maximise the power of a weaponry. Oh! But in the clutches of dead metal and positioned perilously. Tornado, very quick over small distances. Remember I was telling you that? Paul Koch driving, a mechanic by trade, loves his kart racing. Needs to get a little bit of go about him. Spinning into trouble there. with dead metal. Not really covering the arena floor. Andrew Marchant looking on, electroacoustic engineer by trade. Side-on slam on snakebite. Perfects those slams, driving into the CPZ. Mr. Psycho misses with the hammer that came down with the metronomic regularity of a Swiss cuckoo clock. Snakebite sizing up, perhaps a run, escaping away, caught by that hammer once again. And Tornado and the House Robots making Swiss cheese out of Snakebite at the moment. Another hammer blow any minute. Down it will come. In comes a slice from dead metal. Snakebite, is it mobile? I don't think it is. Sized up by Mr. Psycho. Snakebite's going nowhere fast and is being steadily flattened by Mr. Psycho as Tornado find it all very funny indeed. The Swiss boys lacking a sense of humour at the moment, you can see why. And as far as these championships are concerned, it's a bit of a Swiss miss. Snakebite well and truly bitten. Fangs for the memory, boys. But you're out, and Tornado's march to glory continues. This is a vengeance battle. Razor beat Tornado in the semi-finals of the World Championships in 2001. Tornado beat Razor in the last domestic finals. The Sixth Wars. Can Razor get through that web-like protection? Can they cut their way through? Tornado smashing Razor back onto Sergeant Bash. Razor pushes back again. 92 kilos of Razor trying to lift Tornado up. That's how you deal with the anti-crush web. You get a grip and you lift it up and you try and take Tornado towards the arena side walls, I would imagine. Can they hoist Tornado? Simon Scott at the weapons control. Ian Lewis driving. Oh, they pull. They hoist Tornado up. Tornado can't get their weaponry working at all to any great effect. Andrew Marchant driving there. Razor pulling Tornado across towards the pit release. There's no way Tornado would go down that pit. Not with that webbing on the side. Look at the smoke from Razor. Trying to get traction on the arena floor. Are they burning themselves out though? Tornado digging in. What a tussle this is between the UK champions and the world champions for a place in the European final. Razor is smoking. Tornado is gripping. Anxiety etched on faces. They mean this. They want this. This is terrific. A real old tug of war developing. Tornado digging in. Razor clawing. How close is this? You can see there. Simon Scott trying to draw Tornado higher and ever closer to the pit. Can they line them up? Will they take the big fall? At the back there of Ian Lewis, we can see the concentration in the Razor camp. Tornado very close to defeat, but how can it go down the pit? Will the judges take a look at this rigging for future robot wars? Should it be allowed? Is that rigging too big for the pit? What do you make of it? Razor on top, pushing, but couldn't finish them off. Goodness me.
2, 1.
Can the reigning UK champions Tornado add the European crown to their distinguished Robot Wars record? Philippa 2 tries to get the flipper to work. Tornado backs away, comes in with an assault, using the spinning disc from the interchangeable weapon Faye. And Philippa 2 in the CPZ, and in comes Shunt, down comes the Diamond Edge Axe. Philippa 2 away, Tornado with a side slam. Philippa 2 between Tornado and an angle grinder. Dodging the flame pit, Tornado awaiting though. Again pushing Philippa 2 back across the arena floor. This is what Tornado does very, very well. Andrew Marchant at the controls, Brian Moss at the weaponry. Tornado using that side slam to great effect. Philippa 2 is going nowhere there. Caught, I think, on the flame pit. Grid 2, Philippa 2. The low ground clearance has caught them out here. They're enmeshed as the ref bot looks on. Philippa 2 needs to clear itself away there, does so. Tornado has pressed the pit release and has Philippa 2 in its sights. Philip, you need to get away there. Tornado is behind you. Philippa 2 digging in. Splendid stuff. Tornado pushing. Great traction on the arena floor. Philippa 2 dodging away. Tornado turning it. Philippa 2 using the drive motors. Two 200-watt machines. To steer away, off comes a side panel. Sergeant Bash is there. Philippa 2. Desperate defensive measures here. Tornado awaits. Sergeant Bash turns Philippa 2 away from the pit. Why are they skirting and flirting with danger? Tornado so close to victory. And they've got it. Tornado are the European champions. Philippa 2 always up against it and finally beaten.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So watch for the reigning champions, Tornado, quick to the arena centre there and about to take on very quickly Devastator, nudging Devastator towards the arena sidewall and into the CPZ. That's where the house robots patrol, of course. You two in the centre of the arena taking on Saw Point 2. Saw Point 2 to try and get the blades into action. In comes Mr. Psycho, because Devastator is still in that CPZ. Mr. Psycho has the huge hammer about to come blasting down. Tornado very quick across the arena floor, as we know. Top speed 10 miles an hour, but over a few yards, it's very nippy. Turning away from trouble immediately. You two trying to get the lifter into work there on Saw Point 2. Devastator's away from Mr. Psycho, but not away from Tornado. Slams back into the CPZ, and that tail blade of Matilda. Pink, lurid, awful. Devastator saw it and ran away. Into the arena centre once again. Good melee here. Tornado hasn't caused too much damage, but it's a very durable machine. The reigning European and UK champions. Tends to get stronger as the series goes on. Pushes into Devastator. Very well controlled again, Tornado, by Andrew Martin, an electroacoustic engineer by trade. U2 isn't doing too badly at all in the arena centre. Once again, trying to get that flipper just to lift Saw Point 2. Devastator seems to lack a little bit of control. There we can see the Saw Point 2 discs. It has pincers as well. Where's you two going? I see. Pit release. Okay. Good control driving. Tornado trying to push Saw Point 2 onto Devastator spinning disc there. Devastator in trouble as Mr. Psycho comes in again. Get away. Caught between the two house robots. Lack of experience in there, I think, from Devastator. First time in the Robot Wars. Mr. Psycho, go on, get your hammer to work. It's not just to be held up aloft like some bauble on the Christmas tree. What's wrong with your hammer? Get your hammer down, sir. What's the matter with Mr. Psycho? You need to take him outside, Matilda, and give him a right good seeing to. Horrible thought. You two, about to push Saw Point 2 into the pit. One shove. No two shoves, though. Come on. Yes, slowly. Saw Point 2 hanging on in there momentarily. Great defense. Can it get enough traction just to move away? Saw Point 2. Oh, it's agonizing. It's over. Ta-ta. Okay, they've gone. Which leaves now 2 from 3 remaining machines to go through to the second round of this heat. Oh, well, Devastator, are they pitted? Not quite. Link, you are the missing link in this particular battle, I think. Ceases call.
2, 1, activate.
Tornado quickly out of the trap. Leveler 2 misses the first flip, not the second. Don't worry about that. Tornado is an invertible robot. It can run both ways up. Technically, it's not a Shri-meching robot, a self-righting robot, but slams Leveler 2 into the CPZ. We've already seen damage sustained by Leveler 2 earlier on. in this heat. Tornado with a little bit of a push, and again, see, almost like the make do and mend on the back of Leveler 2. Few plasters there in the blue. Tornado pushing Leveler 2 again into a dangerous area. They can't get away. Tornado's turn of speed is remarkable. They've got the interchangeable weaponry. You see there, they've got like a bulldozer scoop now involved. On the front. The spinning disc as well, just flicking out. You may well see. Good, experienced driver is Andrew Marchant. Knows all about winning this competition. Leveler 2's ground clearance 5 centimetres, always likely to be too high. David McLachlan, 14 years of age, driving. First time on Robot Wars. They've done well to get through their first battle, but it looks ominous for them now. A little flick of the flipper against Shunt. It was no more than show, a macho show, because the pit is descending. And their hopes now are just beginning to drain away. They've been mercilessly pursued by Tornado. There's Killalot coming in. Once it senses a prey, it closes in for the kill. Just maybe got a sense of the speed of it all out there, did you? It has Leveler 2 now in its clutches. Tornado with underneath. Leveler 2, where will it go? Out of the arena. Sakillo actually rarely dumps a beaten machine out of the arena. Prefers to pit it, broil it, charcoal it a little bit, tease it in other words. Onto the flames. The 800 watt at 24 volt motors of Leveler 2. Withstanding the flames, but surely not Sakillo on a second surge. A brave little flick of that flipper once more. You are never, ever gonna flick Sakillo. I think it has happened before in Robot Wars, but surely not in this battle. Shunt with the axe. And again, there's Brian Moss in the Tornado control pod. He's in charge of the weaponry. A side slam on Leveler 2. Again, look, relentless. I think Tornado once again will prove the machine to beat in Robot Wars, the 7th Wars. Leveler 2, this has been so plucky. Really very determined display by David McLachlan driving. Good at the controls until that moment when perhaps he ducks and dived one last time to get a little bit of respite from the Tornado boys.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots. Cassius Chrome is back. Our boxing machine. And Shunt, our bulldozer.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
For a place in the semi-finals of Robot Wars, the 7th Wars. Tornado gets in underneath Tetanus Booster. So the tactic to get in underneath early on working. Tetanus Booster high. Ground clearance 5 centimetres, too much really. They've done brilliantly to push and shove and spin their way this far. And look, Tornado is on them straight away like a dog with a bone. Slamming them into Cassius Crow. The shunt cam picked it up. There is no hiding place. No respite for Tetanus Booster. Where will they get a boost from out there in the war zone? Onto the angle grinder. Tornado gnawing away. Persistent, pushing. Tetanus Booster can gain no traction. Slam, pan. Best of the bunch. Munch, munch, munch for Tornado's lunch. Tetanus Booster. The pit open. Yawning. Well, if I was Tetanus Booster and I was driving, I was Conrad Snook or Luke Angel at the controls, I'd go straight for the pit. I must admit. And regroup, rebuild after running away, basically. Live to fight another day. Tearing great chunks out of the arena floor. Did you see that then? Again, bashed. Comes away. You can see the little fist coming in from Cassius Crow. Dodged effectively by Tetanus Booster. So still driving at this very late stage. Tornado manoeuvring to come in on another frontal assault. This is what Paul Snook and the Tetanus team was saying. You never see Tornado's rear end. Unlike Matilda's when she comes into the arena, which is none too pleasant for any of us. Andrew Marchant, do you see him? So concentrated, so focused. Hang on, is Tornado okay? Yes, it is. I thought for a minute there, the reigning champs might have just been unnerved, but no. Again, tetanus boosted, trying, I think, really dodge and survive. Almost upended. That would be the end. If they can get them stood up on that rear end, there's no way tetanus booster could right, I don't think. They might wobble. That surely is the end for tetanus booster. The pit there. No, they've still dodged it. So tremendously brave performance by tetanus booster ends right now, and Tornado, the reigning champs, continue the defence of the crowd. Unlucky the tetanus booster team. They've met just about the best there is in robot.
2, 1, activate.
Both these machines have a Robot Wars pedigree, and Tornado already in underneath Raging Nightmare and slamming them against the arena sidewall, using the flipper to self-right Raging Nightmare. Expending energy though every time it flips. Tornado is dogged in its pursuit, relentless. It has the spinner in front. Oh, what's happened to Shunt? Well, we were looking through the eye of the Shunt camera, and over went Shunt, tossed over by Raging Nightmare. Look at this from a different angle. The flipper and underneath Shunt, as Shunt was busying itself with Tornado, and over they went. Good attack by Raging Nightmare, but you're actually supposed to be attacking the little red thing on wheels called Tornado. Reigning champions, number 1 seed. There's a clue. Tornado, after you, into the CPZ. Slam, bang. Oh, no thank you, ma'am. Oh, and another side assault here. And each time Tornado whacks a robot, that's 100 kilos hitting you at 10 miles an hour, and that'll shake loose electronics and controls and render immobile, and I think they've done just that. It is not the most flamboyant of robots, but it is a terrific champion. They defeated the former world champions Razor to win the 6 wars, and they are through the first round of this, the first semi-final. The durable and experienced against the powerful, but perhaps the raw. That's how I'd see this one. And Tornado has the front bulldozer scoop on, the interchangeable weaponry to get in underneath Gravity. Gravity's ground clearance very low at the front because of the flipper blade, but at the side you'll see a chasm yawning wide open. Tornado trying to exploit that into the clutches of Sir Killalot in that CPZ. And Tornado were the more experienced in those early encounters, and Gravity just away from Sir Killalot. Oh, but damage, hobbling. One tyre punctured, you can see there's a puncture. Tornado, look at the way Tornado spins, almost on a sixpence. That'll open me up to emails. A sixpence, oh, ask your granddad. Tornado, attacking Gravity on the angle grinder. And Gravity in peril, I think for the first time in the championships. Was it Sir Killalot that punctured the tyre? We may find out later. Tornado gives chase. So quick across the arena floor. So versatile, but flipped away. One mistake there by Andrew Marchant driving, and it could have been so costly. And there is still life in Gravity as it bobbles along on the arena floor. Tornado to the side, and now we'll push. Is it a massive power that it pushes, and Gravity flips itself away for a moment. Gains some breathing space. Back comes Tornado. It is a darn dogged thing. And it chases once again, and it's, I think, press the pit release, and Gravity are on the pit, and caught there, and descending away from the 7th wars.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Two very similar machines. Tornado and Storm 2, both 100 kilos in weight. Storm 2 trying to get in underneath that ground clearance. You see it, shove them to the arena sidewall. Oh, and they spun away and crashed into the wall themselves. Tornado, good driving away by Andrew Marchant. Very, very experienced. They're fighting for the 4th time in the wars. Now Tornado, the big heave-ho towards the angle grinder. Tornado, the experienced machine. Storm 2, the whippersnappers, the new boys, came through the new Blood Championship route, gaining automatic entry into the UK Championships. Tornado, an invertible machine, can run either way up. Can't get the front scoop in underneath Storm 2 in that mode, though. And Tornado on the defensive momentarily, and again, oh! Some shove there from Storm 2. Tornado bouncing away. When you get 2 pushing boxes like this, it could come down to durability. Which machine can sustain most damage within? Not exposed damage, not superficial damage, but damage to the machinery, the electronics, and so much biffing and bashing. And Storm 2 doing the chasing. A Storm and a Tornado out there. And a battle that is blowing hot and cold for both. It's Storm 2, the aggressor there. Tornado turning away, dodging, good driving once again, good style. Won't mind going up and over Storm 2 like that. It's not sustaining any damage. And Storm 2, not really point scoring to any great degree. That was a good attack, though. Tornado bouncing away. They know they're in a battle here, the defending champions. Let's look at this again. Against the arena wall, fizzing away and bouncing down. Listen. Can you hear the little flail? Tornado's little flail is not doing much damage. Storm 2 is, though. The flail not doing any damage, really, for Tornado. And Storm 2 on top here. And the ref bot has pressed the pit release. And Tornado's been caught. Oh, just away. The champions were very nearly out. Tornado here, I think, on the brink of defeat. At the penultimate hurdle of their title defence. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of Chaos 2's historic title defence as Storm 2 nags and gnaws away against the champions. It goes to a judge's decision.
2, 1, activate.
This for 3rd place then. Tornado quickly on the attack, can get up to 10 mile an hour top speeds. Not great. But it's the fact it'll push all day long that makes it such a strong competitor, and I don't think X-Terminator was ever going to be fully ready for this playoff. They came into the arena, they talked the talk, they couldn't walk the walk, could they? In trouble straight away. That spinning disc isn't working. And I think they, or is it? Yes, it is now, look. Just beginning to crank up through the speed, the spinning disc. Biting into Tornado, scratching the front scoop, bashing away. Not fully operational, not at its best as an X-Terminator. Oh, and turned over, I think by a combination of a Tornado push in one direction and Matilda's fly wheel spinning tail in the other direction. But they're okay, or are they? Look at Tornado. Poor old X-Terminator taking some damage again. They've got hydraulic spikes out of the side, by the way, if you're wondering what those cones are all about. Not greatly impressive, but the spinning wheel has been throughout this championship. Oh, and I think that's Minister Kilowatt that's come off. They're taking Minister Kilowatt's armament off. Well, that's a trophy. They want to take home. Tornado on the attack, though, relentless as ever. And another slam from Tornado. X-Terminator. How are the batteries in this playoff? Tornado still chugging away. The pit descends. Tornado not first place in the 7th Wars. 3rd, some consolation, as a little bit of a nut or a bolt goes running across the arena floor. Pushed into the CPZ. With the pit release tyre. Tornado wants a little bit of that as well. Matilda's thinking about coming in. Oh, there's something shiny on the wheels of Tornado. Is that hydraulic fluid? Is that oil out there? They can't get any traction. They can't get out of the CPZ. But X-Terminator won't be able to draw them into any more peril because they're about to be counted out. Out they go. X-Terminator finished fourth. Tornado third. And Matilda can wreak havoc.
Cease. 2, 1. Activate.
Storm 2 can get up to 23 miles an hour, and we've waited to see Storm 2 meet Tornado, two similar pushing machines. Don't forget, Ansgar is a walker, that's why it can have the weight. And it's moving very quickly across the arena floor. 16-legged, has serious armament. Will need to dodge the pit. It's very, very big, Ansgar. I'm not too sure that it would fit down that pit. Tornado and Storm. Tornado is slightly the bigger of the machine. Storm 2 has the interchangeable weaponry. It can get up to 23 miles an hour, 18 horsepower on the drive. Much more powerful than Tornado. Ansgar 3 in peril, and the two UK machines ganging up somewhat. Tornado can also change the weapons. We've seen chain flails, lifters, spinners, a large vertical bar in the past. We're not going to see much more of Ansgar 3 in the future. They're on the flame pit, and the German hopes of Ansgar 3 up in smoke, I would have thought. Now this is really what we wanted to see in this heat. Tornado and Storm 2. Tornado, previous UK champions, defeated Razor, the great Razor. Former world champions, by the way, Razor, to win Robot Wars, the 7th Wars, did Tornado. There's a little bit of a convoy developing. Tornado pushing Storm 2, pushing Ansgar, and Ansgar goes down the pit, and they're out. We thought that would happen, that's not a surprise. Now don't ask me what's going to happen next between these two. They've got huge respect for each other. Storm 2 dubbed the new Tornado in the 7th Robot Wars UK Championships as it breezed its way through to the final while the Tornado was blown out. Storm 2 in underneath Tornado's 2-centimetre ground clearance. Storm 2 has a 0 ground clearance. Both can spin on a sixpence. A 0 robot turn. There, you've just seen Tornado move very, very quickly. Tornado known for its durability, its tenacity. It'll push all day. Can Storm 2 last in there? Storm 2 in the CPZ that belongs to Dead Metal. Now is that a decisive moment? Can Storm 2's armament hold up to the pressure of Dead Metal's circular saw? The wheels are exposed, as are Tornado. Tornado four-wheeled machine. Storm 2 with the 6. Tornado's top speed 10 miles an hour. Storm 2's power showing there. Tornado is in trouble now. Invertible, of course. Tornado can run both ways up. This is going to go to the judges, and I wouldn't like to be in their shoes. Would it be Tornado or would it be Storm 2 for you? Piggyback time. Oof. How can you pick between those two?